So this is our chicken coop that we bought just down the road from a farmer that's actually retiring. He only wanted 200 bucks for it. And so we saw it and we thought, maybe we could use that, but they probably want a fortune for it. We called the number and he said 200 bucks. So for $200, I think it's a great investment for several reasons. One, we were able to do a few little modifications and the chickens could go in right away. And another thing is, whenever you're getting into something new, or you go to a new area, something like that, you should always try to get to know people who've been doing stuff a lot longer than you. We met them, we talked to them, and they've been farming up here for the past 30 years. And they do farmers markets down in Scottsdale or Sedona, which are two places we didn't really think about doing since Prescott's kind of the closest one. But we were able to get a lot of information off of them and we kind of built that relationship. So anytime you get into something, it could be $200 for the coop, or it's just $200 to be introduced to a farmer who's been doing this for 30 years. So either way, it was a good investment, but the coop does need a lot of work. So I'll briefly kind of go over what we're going to do on this coop, and then we'll get started making the repairs and upgrades if these chickens leave us alone right now. So I don't know what his thoughts were when he built this or what he was doing, but there's certain things like this little solar panel that doesn't go into anything. I have no idea what it's for. There's like hooks around here that actually at night, we get the little mice that scurry around the floor. And so I actually pick up both feeders and I hook them up here. But I only have one hook down here for the feeder, and this other one's just kind of sitting on the ground. They stand up here and they try to poop in their their food when they're doing that. So I got to get two different hooks to figure that out. And then you can see the roofing over here, because it's been exposed, it's just rotting away and it's gone. A lot of the roofing is bent. I think it was just reused material. But also, as you can see, there's no opening here and there's no opening here on either side. And this is where the chickens roost at night. So I have no way of actually cleaning this out other than kind of digging in from one side or through their nest boxes. Their nest boxes, again, I think he was doing stuff after, to get it ready for sale or whatever, because he completely painted over these hinges and latches, and you can't even get these. So we might have to just rip these off because I don't even know if they'll come out. And then there's no backing, it's all warped. This one has one hook holding it and doesn't even work very well. And then when you put it back, it doesn't want to go back, so you have to this one falls off if I open it, so we won't open it. He did actually cut these two doors later because I think he found the same problem. It was too hard to clean out. So when we want to clean out, that's kind of how we have to do it, which is disgusting. And I'd like an easier way to clean this. The other thing is he had some strings or whatever up here to tie this stuff off. They're gone. I don't know what happened to them. This one stays up because the hinge is rusty. And then this one, we have a little screw, but it falls down all the time. And then he has this railroad tie up here because it's not weighted properly. And so this actually keeps the front down, because if I took this off, this thing would just fly up. We do have jack stands and stuff for it now as well, so I don't really need that, but that's one of the things that we're going to work on to get those kind of permanently fixed. So we need to rebuild. This is like their entry and exit. These are actually the stairs from our old chicken coop, but I want a bigger door up here and something that's easier to open and close. And then also, there's no latch when these close. And this one goes in a little bit. And right now, it's like you use what you got, what's easy. I actually pick up this railroad tie and put it in front of the doors, which, as you can imagine, is a pain to lift every single day. And same thing over here. This is like one of the only latches that actually works, and it's still kind of rusty. But this door, we had to pry open, and sometimes with the cold weather, heat cycles or whatever, it warps back, and so that's kind of a friction hinge right there. And then this is the roofing from our old coop at our last house. So this stuff is a lot better than what's currently on here. But again, there's no holes on this side. So if I want to clean where they're roosting, how I originally did it the first time to clean this out, get it ready for the chickens the first time, is I actually took the roof off to get in there and get everything cleaned out and throw fresh bedding in there. But now I have to clean it, and there's no other access other than taking off the roof or trying to stick my head through these nesting boxes, which doesn't work very well anyways. And then the floor, they had it where the floor would fold down and then the chickens would come out that way. But it was a big heavy metal gate or something. And so to put that down and lift it back up every single time was just too hard. And and this guy was like 80 something years old. So I have no idea why he would even want to do that if I don't want to do it. So anyways, that's kind of what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on just kind of replacing the hinges and getting the doors to operate properly. Then we're gonna cut some holes so we can have access for cleaning and putting in fresh bedding. And eventually we'll work our way to doing the roof, the jack stands, and everything else. So this will probably, take us several months to do, just to do it in little spurts. But we've got to get it started. So right now they're finally laying eggs. So I want to at least get the doors open so I can get those in and out. So those metal latches, they're all beat up, not really worth saving. They're only like $1 or $2 to replace anyways. So you just need a little piece of wood and you offset the screw, which is what it's gonna hinge turn on, right? And that way when it's open, it's this way, but then when you turn it, it'll hit that door. So kind of like this. So these screws are pretty overkill, but that's what I had. And they're stainless steel, so they'll last. But so you can just do this and you can turn that way, but even if you turn it all the way up, it's not going to hit. So you do that and it's going to be okay. And are these like necessarily raccoon proof or whatever? I don't think you need to be, because they have to get 2 at the same time. We don't really have raccoon problems. And then to set it, you just take the short side, figure out where you want it. You touch it and then raise it up just a little bit. Make a mark. Pre-drill. And I like to go all the way in. You loosen it a bit. And this will loosen up over time. Now we're secure. I got one more hinge to find and put on. Need to clean out our garage. Now it's all repaired and nice and sealed again. And then if the hinges break, these are easy to make again. It's just a screw and a scrap piece of plywood. And then I added the stop up here. That way this just hits something nice and solid. Good. So now I gotta do 3 more doors and we'll be done. Okay, so we only got these 2 doors done. We didn't get everything else done that we wanted to. So anyway, so this side is done, which this side, these doors didn't work at all. They didn't close properly. The latches were all painted over. So we took all the other stuff off, and instead of cleaning it up and fixing it, we built our own little latches, and these work just fine. And they'll loosen up over time. They're a little stiff right now, but you'd want them stiff because over time they'll loosen up. But now we have hinges that work. I just have to find more hinges to use. But now chickens, the hens have more space to lay. We have hinges that work. We have latches that work, and we're good. So the other side, it works okay. We're going to modify those too, but they work okay. And the main thing is that we spent no money to do this. I had all these hinges left over from our last house remodel. I bought in bulk. I have a bunch left over. So just some more for the middle, and really it still works. It's just it'd be a nice place to secure. We just reused the handles. I was gonna replace them, but we'll just reuse them for now. So everything works, it opens. We cut these things to size, etc. We put a stop block. Still more modifications to come. We're gonna redo the roof. We need to add an access hole in the back, do the other doors, fix up the front doors, etc. But as far as this week goes, we're done with the chicken coop for now. That's it for today's video. We will see you guys on the next one.
Wait, hold on. There you go.
Oh no, I'm laughing. I got the first one done. That's a little farm can I've been talking about. You hungry? Want some food? I got food. Might get a free cat. Sign up with the Arizona Humane Society for working cats, and they will adopt out cats that that they get like can't really be in homes or like crazy and stuff, and so they'll adopt those out to you and you put them on your farm to like chase rodents and stuff. I've been seeing this cat for a while. It was actually in the chicken coop the other day eating the food, and I thought I was hearing it inside the actual chicken coop. So I was like looking around all last night and I was like freezing, and I couldn't find it, but I could hear it. And then we're sitting over there and I can hear it again. So I want it. Not for a pet, but we got these mice all over the place eating all the chicken feed and stuff. So if I can get that, come do its job,